Okay, windy day. I'm gonna start over. I want to start this video like I do most of mine. This is simply a info video for just a video for my guys, my folks on Facebook to follow up on some of the stuff I do. This is not a how-to video. I'm not a how-to guy. Beekeeping has some absolutes and it has a lot of variables. In each region, each beekeeper, each habit, each mentor, everybody's a little different. You ask 10 beekeepers, you'll get 12 answers. So this is just an info video to follow up on some stuff we did on Facebook. I only do a couple minute snippets on Facebook, so you just don't get to see it all. I like to follow up every now and again with a YouTube video where people can, you know, see what happens afterwards or behind the scenes. Also for friends, I got a friend that's a beekeeper. He likes to see some of the videos and what I'm doing. I like to see what he's doing, so that's what this is for. So anyway, we did a cutout in the house 2 weeks ago, huge hive. I've done bigger, but that was a massive one to be in a floor. We got that one settled down the way and on another stand. Then yesterday we went out and we did the second one that was in that house, and it was a smaller one. I don't even know if it rates 2 boxes, but anyway, people always ask, well, what do you do with the bees? Do they get relocated? Well, yeah, absolutely. We relocate them. We give them the best shot we can to live. And that hive with the hole in the bottom, second from the right, is our cutout. Now I'm going to show you. We vacuum them into a box, and here's what it is. Let me see if I'm in the frame here. Oh, there we go. So, okay, so that's the vacuum bottom, that piece with that hole. That's where the hose hooks in. That's got a sloped up front, okay? Then you got a box with foundation. And then we have a screen board right here, and it usually has a piece of hardware cloth in it. Then on top of that sits a vacuum. I have a top and I hook a shop vac to it. Yesterday we used a portable vac on top. It sucks the bees through the hose. We control the vacuum with a valve, a valve. They go up the slope and they go in here and they stop at the screen. Now, whoo, got a little one on me. So anyway, get him off. He wasn't actually stinging. He got hung up coming in. But so what we do is, while we're cutting out this hive, we will turn around and cut the brood. That's larvae, eggs, capped pupae, and we cut it and put it into frames as much as we can save. So when we get home, we place this on the stand. I put that box on top. They have the screen. I pull the screen. I did my shirt, and they combine in there, and then we're set. Ooh, they're getting ornery. They don't like me in their entrance. So anyway, that's the gist of what that vacuum does. Okay, and what we're going to do now is I've got the queen. We caught the queen. We're going to put her. We've got her rubber banded in there, so they'll stay. They've got their brood, and we're going to go and evaluate this hive, release this queen, and I'm going to show you how we get this hive back to running normal after all the trauma they experienced in the cutout, because it's pretty traumatic. So here we go. Let's suit up and get in there and get this bee out of my shirt. What happened just then was they weren't attacking me. I was standing in their flight path, which is a no-no, but I wanted to show you what the components were on there. And they hit you in the head accidentally, and they run into you, and of course you move them off your hair and they sting you, and that's how it works. All right, got that one out of my shirt. But they're not trying to sting me or anything. I'm just getting in their way. So again, we're going to go in, we're going to evaluate. This was a small hive. It may not even fit into 2 boxes. I'm going to flip the brood to the bottom so that they can operate and work their way up. I'm going to release this queen, and we're just going to take a look. So I'm no videographer. This has got to be one long video. I don't have a lot of editing software or anything, so I'm going to bring this up where you can see inside. Try and go through it. I hope that'll work. Yeah, we'll see the bottom. I'll try and hold them up as I go. Alright. So here we go. Let's get seated up. I'll try and explain as I go what we're doing. I got my stool. There we go. Easy on the knees this way. All right. It's going to be windy and loud. I hope you can hear fine. The video quality, I'm going to have to apologize for that. Again, I'm no videographer, but I've got it on HD, and for some reason I can't get it to upload clearly. Quality is always poor, but you know, just a little info from my followers. All right. Let's see if we still got a little bit of smoke. Gonna get her going again. Hard enough. Let me get some smoke going here. There we go. Used to always just pump it, pump that. Good slow long bursts of air. Alright, let's give them a little up front so they know we're coming in. Alright. So, first things first, let's check our queen. See how we rubber band that old comb in. That's the queen in the middle. You get her out of there. Now she can be fed. She can be fed through these slits. They're big enough for worker bees to get through, okay, but not for her. And you can see a good shot of her there. Oh, and she's in there, and they smell her and they know. So what we're going to do, when we're all finished, we're going to let her go. We're going to put her back in this brood. Now look at this brood. They have already started to bond it back together. You can see where we cut it and fitted it in as best we could. So we're going to put her right here for now. Working from the front of the hive, which we don't do. And so that's how we rubber band that stuff in there, and see, they're already gluing it. They've already glued it. I don't know if you can see that, but right there, they've glued that together. I say glued it, they've waxed it. So it's just a small hive. There's not many bees on here at all. Let's take a look and see what they're doing here. Yep. They're putting it on together. Now there was brood in here. When we put pollen in here, we got it all. Saved all we could for them. Okay, so basically we only got 3 good frames of bees. So they definitely need to be in one box. They could really go into a 5-frame nucleus colony, but we'll leave them in one box because we have nectar getting ready to flow. And I've got frames I can replace down there. We'll get them set. We're going to get these girls set up. So I'm going to take this box off. I just set it over there next to, on the lid next to another hive. Okay, this was our screen. We had a screen in here in these slits that went around, so they could only stay. So when we were done with the cutout, we took the vacuum top off. The bees were trapped. We plugged the bottom. They were good to go. You lose bees in vacuuming. You do lose some, but I mean, what's the alternative? Somebody come in, open the wall, open the floor, spray them down, kill them, and done. We probably lose 10% at most, maybe not even that high. So this was a small hive, but we can take this off now. We don't need this anymore. This box, we're going to flush them out of here. Take that off now. This is the vacuum bottom. Here's where all the debris is that we vacuumed up. Moths, probably beetles. There's some beetles. That's my paper flying. This is the slope. You can see the dead bees. That's what we lost out of them. But you can see this slope comes up at the bottom of the vacuum hole. And that's what we use. It's got weather stripping. Again, a box. Vacuum sucks into the box, screen on top. Get them home, put the brood on top, pull the screen, combine them. And now we evaluate them and let the queen go. So we're going to take these bees and shake them out front. Now all the live ones, they'll find their way, but we want to get that debris out of here. And we'll clean that rest of that up later. We're going to give them a nice bottom. I use screen bottom boards. Now, here's what's interesting. I'm going to zoom in on it. You know this is their queen when they go to that cage. I put that cage on top of there. And they are on it. Okay, they know that's their queen. So what we need to do is get her released. She can start laying eggs. They've got brood to keep them to guard. See what I'll do, I'll zoom. I know as bad as this video is, we'll release her there for the camera. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it just because the quality of that upload just doesn't seem to be these girls. Yeah, this is a small hive. Okay, let's let her go. And she won't leave. There she goes. There she goes. Go on. She's not sure she wants to leave. Well, now they're all coming in and she's not leaving. There she goes. Nope. Alright, she went on in. What I have is these bees, they smell her in here. All right, so we've got a queen. He is in there now. Let's back out and put that box on top, and I'm going to start cleaning this out because we need to get those bees on down. We're going to get these didn't bring my bee brush, so I'm going to have to shake them off here. All right. Now again, we have a nectar flow getting ready to crank up, so I'm going to leave them in this larger box for now, and hopefully they'll build up. Keep an eye on them. Check them in another couple weeks. That's it. Put a little smoke on this, and they won't smell her anymore. So that's it. Now they're going to have to get used to their home. That's all there is to it. Alright, so we're hoping if they're settled now, I'm going to actually take an entrance reducer out of one of these big ones. It's a heavy eye. There we go. So the bees next door, there we go. I had to get this entrance reducer out. The bees next door had an entrance reducer, and at this point there's no more cool weather. They're a huge hive. They don't need it. I'm actually hindering their flow of bringing in nectar. We'll put this one on here, kind of give them a smaller entrance to protect. They're small. Help keep some of the warmth in, and just kind of keep it in there for probably another, at least until they get this box built up. But that's it. That's how we do it. So that hive wasn't that big when we pulled it. We were able to relocate the bees, so it's a win-win. You know, if they don't make it, at least we gave them a chance, rather than a pest control coming in and killing them. So that's it for now. That's a follow-up on that second cutout, and we're gonna go ahead and cut this off and call it a day.